everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Tonight, I am going to answer more questions that you've asked. Now, I don't normally dress like this around my house. I just finished doing 2 interviews for the release of Martial Law 1 and Martial Law 2. So, anyway, let's get to your questions. The first one will be from Robert Clancy, who is reading them, the co-host of Mindset Reset. He will be the voice again behind the questions.
Yep, so this isn't my question. These are questions coming in from the YouTube channel, and we have some great ones. This is from Neil, and he's from Jamaica. And he said, what do you enjoy most about connecting with your fans on your YouTube channel?
Hi, Neil from Jamaica. This is kind of what I enjoy most, is that I get, in a way, to interact with you, even though I haven't met you, but I get to know who you are, and I feel really great to answer your questions, and maybe you get to know me a little bit better. So I think through the YouTube channel, we all get to know each other a little bit more intimately than we have in the past.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of great comments that, just finding you, people have just sort of reconnected with you, and they love your movies, and now they're finding that you're a YouTube star here as well, and they love hearing all the backstories on the movies, which we are getting to some more of those. Next question that came in was, how many martial arts styles do you know?
Well, I know 5 extensively, and then I dabbled in a lot. I've been doing martial arts for like over 40 years, and my first style was Tung Sido. Then I went into Pai Lum Kung Fu, and then from Pai Lum I went to Eagle Claw Kung Fu, and then I went to Wushu, and then I went to Kempo.
Well, definitely not messing with you on the street. So the next question is from Keith Powell. He said, I always wanted to ask you what it was like working with Bolo. I guess Keith is a fan of Bolo, but he's also a fan of yours, and he wanted to know a little bit more. I know we've done some, you've got some backstories on Tiger Claws, so if you catch that one, Keith, you can hear a little bit about Bolo in there. But yeah, overall, what was it like working with him?
It was fun to work with Bolo. You know, I was like you. I was a fan of Bolo's. Here's this big Chinese guy that's really tough and strong, and I get to fight him in Canada. I don't even meet him in Hong Kong. I get to fight him in Canada. And then when we went to fight, he didn't want me to hit him. And I was like surprised because I was like, oh my God, he's so big. We could have a really good, tough fight scene. I could hit hard. So I was a little bit surprised about that. But it's always fun to work with someone that you've respected and you've looked up to. And I think he's amazing that he's like one of the strongest or was one of the strongest guys from Hong Kong, like really like bodybuilder type. So he opened the doors, I think, for a lot of people out there in that same bodybuilding realm.
And didn't you think that you were gonna fight hard like the Hong Kong fighting with him, and then what happened there?
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said, I couldn't touch. He didn't want me to make any
Oh,
contact.
no.
And I wasn't used to that because in Hong Kong, we always made a lot of contact.
Yeah, so he was scared of you. So we'll note that for Bolo. No,
Well,
I'm
he
only
wasn't.
kidding.
He just didn't want to get hit.
Yeah. All right. The next question that came in. This is actually you recently did a backstory on Prince of the Sun, and Will Barron wanted to know a little bit more insight in that. He said, "Is it true during the filming of Prince of the Sun that they spent a lot of time doing comedy for Conan, and then kind of ran out of time sort of at the end, and you had to fit in a lot of fight scenes before you left?"
I don't recall that. Remember, if I wasn't in the scene, I wasn't probably there shooting. So I'm not really. I don't think that happened, and we didn't run out of time. I think maybe. Yeah, no, we didn't run out of time at all. I think the shoot was long, and I think maybe because we weren't shooting in Hong Kong, they had to get everything done in Greece, and then we shot in Taiwan as well. But no, I think Conan is kind of like Jackie Chan a bit, does like the funny stuff. So I think that's just why they focused on that. But no, I don't find any of the fight scenes were rushed.
Yeah, and you have that great fight scene that's on the pillars, and there's a lot of great things in that movie. So if you haven't seen it, you go check it out.
Yeah, the fight scenes were amazing in that. The pillars were very dangerous because we were up like from 3 feet to 20 feet pillars fighting off the top, and we were all wired, but it was easy to,
Yeah.
when you're up there 20 feet on a small pillar and you got to fight and kick from there, it seems like you're up 100 feet. So that fight scene was really, really awesome. It was fun to do.
Yeah, excellent. Next question was, were you always this flexible in your life, or did you have to work at it? Are you naturally, you're genetically built for for the flexibility you have, or was this from other training that you've had?
No, I wasn't born flexible, but I guess I had a little bit more flexibility than the average person because I was very physical and I was very active. So I was always stretching my muscles. When I started Tung Sudo, which was my first style, I couldn't do the split. I could get close, but I couldn't get all the way down. So I had to work at that. Once I got it down, then I was able to jump up, kick, and land in a split, and then jump off without using my hands. And that I would never have been able to do right in the beginning. You have to work at it. So I think whatever your degree of flexibility is, even if you're a contortionist, you can always work to go further and further and further.
Yeah, and do you continue to stretch and train to keep that flexibility and maintain it?
Yeah, I do a lot of working out. I do a lot of yoga, and that's where I get my stretching in. Or before I teach a class, we always do maybe at least 10 to 12 minutes of stretching. So if I don't do the yoga, then I'll stretch out here at home a bit because I don't know, it's really good for you. You really guys should stretch.
Yeah, great. There's been a lot of questions about that, so that's just a little bit more insight for the fans. Next question. This is a newcomer to the channel. It's Citizen Pete is his handle on YouTube, and he said, "What is your favorite horror film?"
Oh, I love horror films. I love horror films more than I like action films. My favorite, well, of course, I love The Exorcist. Who doesn't? That was creepy as heck and scary. Of course, we were kids then, but it was still really creepy and scary because I think what scares me the most is like devil stuff and that more so than vampires or werewolves. But I did like the remake of It. I thought that was pretty freaky. And the Nightmare on Elm Streets, the first one was really scary. So I don't know. I like them all. I don't like them when they're cheap, but I like them when you scream a few times, like you're sitting there and you or something like that, which I do quite often when I go to horror movies. You don't want to be sitting next to me.
Yeah, there are a lot of fans that want to see you in a vampire movie and something like Blade with some fighting and all of that. So we'll keep.
Yeah, I'd like to see myself in a vampire movie. I've always wanted to play a vampire. I came close one day. I think it was called Love Bites or something like that. And the director sent me the script, and I said, I love it. And then nothing ever happened. And then one day I see it on TV, and I'm going, what the heck? And they got Susan Day from the Partridge Family to do it. And I guess I don't know, maybe she put money into the film or something like that. But it was so ever since then I've always wanted to play a vampire because you can, you're a different character and you have superpowers kind of, so you could anything goes in the fighting.
Yeah. The next question that came in is from Mario Algeria Jr. and he says, "Have you met any of the up and coming talents of martial arts like Tony Jaa, and what do you think of him?"
I think he's a phenomenal martial artist. I've never met him. Almost did. We were shooting a movie in Thailand, and Don Wilson and I were shooting Death Fighter, and his crew came to the set, and he was coming later, but we were done shooting, and I had to get back. I couldn't stay on set and wait, so I didn't get to meet him. But I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah. Excellent. The last question is came in and said, "I read on the internet that you made two movies in 1988 named Rapid Fire and Jungle Heat, but I've never found any trailer or clips about those movies. Is that correct that you made these movies?" And I think this will clear up some of the mysteries of you have 60 plus movies out there, and then if you double that or triple that, sometimes there's a reason behind this. So maybe you can explain
Well,
this.
I tell you what, you don't want to see that movie. It's out there, but you don't want to see it. And maybe that's why you don't see any trailers. That movie, I was supposed to shoot 3 days of shooting, and it was right before I was doing China O'Brien in Utah. So I only had 3 days. And at that time, they wanted me to be the lead, and they were going to shoot my scenes really fast and get them out of the way, because at that time it was like, oh, Cynthia Rothrock, that name sells. Let's just get her in here. Well, the first 2 days there was no shooting, and then the third day, toward the end of the day, they try to get all my scenes in. So then I have to go. They have maybe 2 minutes of footage of me. So what they do is they take those 2 minutes and they spread it throughout the movie. And I'm a ninja, so you have you see a ninja costume on me, and it's actually Bernie Pock, who is a stuntman. That is a guy that is playing. So my body changes, you know, when he is me. And there's also a scene where the girl takes her top off, and you don't see her face, and that is not me either. And it's not Bernie Pock either.
And it's not him. So all right, so that clears up the mystery.
They really release these movies as different names, and sometimes when people say, hey, were you in this movie? I'm like, no. And they're going, yeah, you were. Especially like Germany, they'll have their own name for the movie, or then maybe it'll go to Hong Kong and it'll have a different name, in America a different name. So sometimes like that's how the movies all get crazy. But if you want a good laugh, find that movie, because it's not me in it.
It's your name, but not you. All right. Well, thank you again for this, and we'll get some more questions. So you know, the fans got to keep those coming in, and it's always a pleasure to walk you through these and hear all the backstories and insights on that.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And also, if you want to get in touch with me, you could go to my Facebook too. It's full with friends, but if you're a follower, you get to send me messages, and I can answer you through there as well. So thanks for all the support for YouTube and Facebook. Love you guys. Thanks. Hi, this is Cynthia Rothrock. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. And if you like the videos, please put a like on it and refer it to your friends.